So you're out there, trying to make a name for yourself in the world of safety and occupational health. Always on the lookout for that extra something to boost your career.
Yeah, definitely.
And today, we're taking a deep dive into something called the IMSs Workshop. I think it's AIO in Arabic.
Okay.
And we're going off of just their promotional material here, really trying to unpack and see if this whole community-focused workshop thing they've got going on, if it's really worth your time.
Right. Yeah.
Could it help you hit that next level professionally?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And the big promise here is they're going to help you becoming real pro in safety and occupational health through learning and constant development, but all within this network of experienced people.
Yeah, that's a really interesting concept right there, that community aspect. I mean, right off the bat, they're emphasizing that you're not just passively taking in information, you're actively growing within this group of, what did they say, over 325 experienced professionals.
Yeah, 320.
Think about that for a second. That's a lot of people. That's a huge opportunity to swap real-world solutions and insights that you just wouldn't stumble upon in some, typical training course.
Totally. And they talk about these weekly interactive sessions throughout the year.
Oh, wow.
Which really stood out to me because it's not just a one-time thing. This is ongoing. They cover all sorts of topics relevant to safety and occupational health, fresh material every year.
Okay.
And they even have these review sessions and professional assessment sessions.
Interesting.
So you're constantly learning, getting feedback, improving.
Yeah, and I think that's so key, right? That continuous engagement, it just leads to a much deeper understanding of the material.
Absolutely.
And it sticks with you longer. And, having those assessments along the way, those are like valuable checkpoints. You can see how far you've come, what areas maybe need a little more attention.
Makes a lot of sense. And speaking of focusing on specific areas, they've got these 6 specialized support groups.
Oh, wow. 6 of them.
6 of them.
Yeah.
And they cover things like management, general support if you need help with anything.
Right.
English language skills.
Yeah.
Even employment strategies, computer skills.
Wow.
And an EMS club, which I don't know exactly what that entails.
Interesting.
But it sounds like they're really trying to look at, the whole picture of how someone develops professionally.
Yeah, I think what's really cool here is that they're acknowledging that a successful career in this field isn't just about technical know-how.
Exactly.
These support groups, they tackle these really essential complementary skills. Like, let's take that employment group, for example. Maybe they dive deep into resume writing, give you tips on how to nail those interviews, specifically for safety roles. That kind of stuff can make a real difference when you're trying to land a job.
No doubt. And to help you learn, they've got this blended learning approach.
Okay.
With, get this, over 60 hours.
Wow.
Of recorded educational videos from past sessions. You can access those anytime you want.
So it's very flexible.
Super flexible.
That's huge.
Yeah, you miss a live session, no problem.
Right.
Want to go back and really dig into something again, you've got that option.
Makes sense. Caters to different learning styles, busy schedules.
Exactly. And to make things a little more concrete, they have this workshop certificate package.
Okay. Tell me more.
It includes 11 accredited certificates.
Wow.
In different fields and a renewal membership card.
Oh, so you can keep coming back?
Yeah. For a small fee, but you're part of the community.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, so you've got some real credentials you can show off.
Yeah, I was going to say those certificates, especially if they're from respected industry bodies, those can seriously boost your resume,
Oh, for sure.
Shows potential employers you're dedicated to this field, you're constantly learning, and that membership implies ongoing access to the community and all their resources, which is a great perk.
And on top of that, they really highlight these international certifications like OSHA, IOSH, NEBOSH.
Oh, yeah, those are the big ones.
Yeah, those are the ones that can really open doors to jobs all over the world.
Absolutely.
So if you're thinking big picture global career, this could be a good path.
Exactly. Those certifications, they're like the gold standard in safety and occupational health, globally recognized. It just adds so much credibility to your name, makes you a much stronger candidate, especially for international roles.
And then finally, they talk about this regular professional assessment with tests every 3 months.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, and even mock job interviews.
That's great.
Which I thought was really interesting because it shows they're serious about getting you ready for the actual job market.
Absolutely. That focus on continuous evaluation and practical preparation. I think that's the bridge between learning something and actually applying it, you know? And those mock interviews, those are such a valuable tool. Give you a chance to Practice in a safe environment. Get those nerves under control before you walk into a real interview.
For sure. So it seems like this EMS workshop, it's trying to be more than just a workshop. It's like a whole ecosystem.
Yeah, it really does.
Learning community support, professional development tools, all geared towards helping you build a solid career in safety and occupational health.
Yeah, they're not just throwing information at you. It seems like they're really giving you the support and the connections you need to actually succeed in this field.
Yeah, so after this deep dive into the AIMS workshop, and all the resources a community like this provides, what kind of support or learning environment do you think is most important for you personally as you continue to grow in your career?
That's a great question to think about.
Yeah, what really speaks to your needs and goals? I think that's something worth reflecting on.
Definitely.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
My pleasure.
And we'll catch you next time.
See ya.